I got something in my eye. I gotta go take care of that. Dang it. What are you doing over there? Good morning. I'm Lavender. You may remember me from Unstructured Thoughts on Silksong. Or Losing My Fucking Mind in VR.
Oh, it's the windmill one. This one's so fucking cool.
Today, I'm here to talk about Marathon, because I've been playing it a fair bit recently, and it's good. I tend to really get drawn in by cool aesthetics. This is how I ended up buying Starfield. That game looked really nice, and I got sucked in, and so did everyone else, and that game ended up not being nice. And I told myself, I'm not gonna let that happen again. And then I saw Marathon, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna let it happen again. This time it ended up working out a lot better, obviously, but I want to talk a little bit about the visuals first of all, because I think that they're sick. I am a person who really likes color blocking and big geometric shapes and bright colors, and this game has all of those in spades. I think the aesthetic is really neat. I love the hard lines between the structural elements and how clean and colorful those are, and the natural elements in a lot of the maps, or in 2 of the maps. It's a really interesting dichotomy, and the fact that both of those elements look really good next to each other is extremely impressive. I don't know why my face looks so sour as I'm saying this. It's just because I'm thinking, I think the color choices are inspired, pure, bright, almost neon tones all the way through. Obviously, I'm a bit of a fan of that sort of thing. I love bright colors. I decided to dress up today in celebration of such things, and yeah. It's good. I also love, and I really think that this is something that is kind of the future of AAA gaming aesthetics, all of the transparent materials, all the plastic flaps, and a lot of the transparent materials on like the weapon sights. They're like, they look like both. It looks like a transparent glass with a matte finish on it. And I cannot believe that we have games that look like this now. I remember having the same feeling about Cyberpunk 2077 when I finally got to play that with ray tracing on for the first time and look at how all the materials actually were like designed to look. I was floored. I think that transparent and reflective materials are the future of aesthetics, at least in high fidelity, realistic sort of looking games. I really like the loading screen before you go into a match, and they have the silk moths on there, and I really liked it. And then I, in the lore of the game, kind of learned what that was about, and I like it even more that it's not just an aesthetic choice, but it's also a sort of lore choice. I love moths. They're my favorite kind of insects. The music I don't have a lot to say about other than that it is really excellent. A couple of other people that I know have said this already, but the fact that this is like the type of music that's going into a huge release is really cool. It's not like standard ambient techno, but it's kind of in that vein, at least in my opinion. But it's weird and glitchy and cool, and it has made me, in my life outside of the game, feel inspired to go back and to listen to a lot of that kind of music again, because I do really like it. And if you have suggestions for more music that sounds like the stuff that's in Marathon, let me know. I gotta remember what else I wrote down. I know the title says unstructured, but that's a little bit of a lie. There is a little bit of a structure. Another nice thing, there's no AI bullshit in the game, at least as far as I can tell. I haven't seen anybody saying anything about that. I haven't seen anything myself. And that's really nice. Something, you know, obviously Arc Raiders came out kind of near the end of last year, and that was a big thing about it. And I regret at the time deciding that I was just like cool with it because of the compensation. My mind has changed a little bit even more since then. That honestly, I just don't really want to engage with Gen AI bullshit. And I'm glad that it seems in this game like there isn't any. And also, that whole controversy with like the stolen art, I think, if I remember correctly, they hired that person as like a consultant, a visual consultant for the game. And I think that's cool. And I think that the game has probably benefited from that a lot. The gunplay in the game is pretty incredible. We're going straight over to gameplay. No transition. The gunplay is fabulous. I would expect no less from Bungie. I mean, they nailed it in Destiny 2, so it's no surprise that they nailed it again. And the movement as well. I've been playing, I don't remember the name of the character, but the super agile character, because I'm sick in the head and I like going fast. So I've been playing that character exclusively so far, and I do need to branch out, actually. That's something that I want to do before if I end up having more structured thoughts, I need to explore other options. But the movement feels great. It feels, I mean, modern. I feel like just the modern standard for movement in FPS games has gone way up. And a lot of games are meeting that bar, you know. It's still not quite as fluid as something like Titanfall 2, which in my opinion is like the gold standard. But man, I love sliding around. I love doing wacky shit. I don't know, I mean, maybe part of this is just that I'm not very good, but like, thus far I haven't been able to do a good job of like taking advantage of movement to not die. It's blinking at me. Okay, I'm running out of camera battery here, I gotta go fast. I like all the different clans, I think they're cool. I like Sakaguchi especially because it's a silk moth, and I think I have a little bit of a crush on the clan boss. I like that all the different clan quests are pretty different from one another. Sometimes doing quests with pubs is a little bit tough. A lot of people are just kind of focused on only doing the thing that they set out to do, and fair enough, but I've had some difficult quests that I've just had to abandon until I can play with a pre-made. I had, for a couple days, I did not successfully exfil, and I was getting really pissed off and upset. And then last night, the last round that I played, it was tremendously fun. We took out like 2 or 3 other groups. I did the quest that I was doing, and then we went to the exfil, and I wasn't paying attention, and the exfil went off without me, and I was like, oh shit, but another guy in my party was like, don't worry, I'm sticking with you, we're gonna make it through this, go to a different site. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And I went over to a different site, and it was a little bit sketch, but I succeeded in exfilling even after all that happened, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a peak gaming moment for me. And there's something about these kinds of games that I kind of forget until I end up playing them again, because I just don't play these kind of games very often, especially multiplayer games in general recently. But sometimes the way that different situations emerge is pretty beautiful and crazy and wonderful, and it just makes me happy. So, you know, going through the dregs of losing over and over and over again, sometimes you come out the other side and it's a little bit worth it. Right now, that's all the thoughts that I have. My camera's about to die, so I gotta shut up. Thanks for hanging out. I'm probably just gonna go and keep playing more Marathon.